You are headed into 2026, and if you keep making the same idiotic mistakes you made this year, you will be dramatically poorer. Let me be absolutely clear. The financial climate is irrelevant if your personal finance engine is leaking oil everywhere. You think inflation is your biggest problem? No. Your biggest problem is your pathetic inability to distinguish between an asset and a liability. And until you stop making these three fundamental mistakes, you will continue to chase the illusion of financial freedom while cementing your own poverty. Let's start with the hard truth. We are entering a phase where complexity rewards the disciplined and financial fragility punishes the impulsive. And your biggest impulse is mistake number one. You are currently investing more emotionally than you are financially. If you bought something this year because it made you feel wealthy, you didn't invest. You just spent your way into deeper debt. The sheer volume of people who confuse consumerism with investment is staggering. They buy the shiny new car, the designer clothes, or the overpriced gadget, and then use the excuse of treating myself or building my personal brand. That is not branding, that is cash flow destruction. Everything that takes money out of your pocket monthly without putting more back in is a liability. Your entire lifestyle should be viewed through the lens of a balance sheet. The minute you prioritize the appearance of wealth over the acquisition of genuine, income-producing assets, you lose. You are essentially paying the world to think you are successful, while your bank account is screaming for help. This links directly to the philosophy we embrace. The path to 101, $1 million, zero employees in 1 year, is built on ruthlessly minimizing personal liabilities to maximize reinvestment into system building. Every dollar spent on an unnecessary luxury is a dollar that cannot be compounded, and you wonder why you are stuck. Which brings us to mistake number two, and this is where most of you check out mentally. The greatest asset you own is your time, and you trade it for the lowest possible price. If your solution to being broke is getting a second job instead of acquiring a high-value skill, you have decided to be poor forever. Your focus is wrong. You are focusing on increasing your input hours instead of increasing your output value. Getting a second job means you are still pricing your time linearly. It's a one-to-one trade. But true wealth, the kind of wealth that makes the harvest possible, is nonlinear. It comes from owning a system, a skill, or an asset that pays you while you sleep. If you spent the last year complaining about your salary but didn't spend 200 hours learning a skill, be it advanced data analysis, high-level copywriting, or system automation, you made an idiotic choice. The market doesn't pay for your effort, it pays for your scarcity. If your skill is easily replaced, your income will be easily capped. You have to move from being an employee in the system to an owner of the system. That is the fundamental strategic pivot. 2026 will make you poorer if you continue having those idiotic attitudes you've had up to today. And finally, we hit mistake number three. This is the financial fragility trap, the emotional cancer that kills ambition. You are terrified of doing things that don't come with immediate guaranteed results. Your fear of losing $1,000 is greater than your desire to make $100,000. You are optimizing for safety, and safety is the most expensive thing on the market. The people who achieve the 101 don't eliminate risk, they manage it. They take calculated, educated bets on their own abilities and on the market, knowing that the cost of inaction is far greater than the cost of failure. You, however, are trapped in analysis paralysis. You spend 6 months researching the perfect side hustle, the perfect investment, the perfect course, and then you do nothing. Your financial comfort zone is a concentration camp of mediocrity. You're voluntarily imprisoned because you believe the bars of the cage are safer than the open field of opportunity. Wealth is not found in safety. It is found beyond the perimeter of what feels easy. This is why we focus on an extreme goal like the harvest. It demands that you take action, that you accept failure as feedback, and that you stop viewing money as a finite resource to be hoarded, but as fuel to be deployed. Stop hoarding your resources and start deploying them into scalable mechanisms. So, if you want 2026 to be the year you stop being financially fragile, you have to break these three habits. Stop spending emotionally, stop trading time linearly, and stop paralyzing yourself with the fear of failure. The market doesn't care about your feelings, only your results. Start acting like an owner, not a consumer. What is one idiotic thing you will stop doing immediately to make 2026 profitable? Tell me in the comments. Let's make this year your harvest year.